So this is the announcement that I told you I would do, where I would talk to you further about the paper, the mini paper that's coming up. And so this is in module 4, okay, and this has to do with the coming assignment, which is the module 4.1 mini paper. All right, so this is called a mini paper, but there's it's a pretty good amount of work that you're going to have to do. All right, so this is a special announcement to kind of talk to you a little bit about this particular project. All right, so definitely, with everything, you want to read through every page in this module that has instructions on how to do this project. Okay, that's like number one. Make sure you are thorough in reading the instructions and read them more than once. And there's multiple pages of instructions. Okay, so on the first page, I give you this scenario, which basically says that you are working for President Harry S. Truman, and he wants your advice as to whether or not the United States should use the atomic war against Japan to end the war in the Pacific. Okay, so you read that introduction, and then there are the instructions on the actual requirements. Now, before you get to all of that, in the module are all of the documents that are going to be necessary for you to complete this paper. And so you should already, today's Wednesday, I talked a little bit about this on Monday, you should already be reading through these documents. Okay, so it's very important that you do all of the reading that is provided for you. Okay, so what that means is, and I'm kind of looking at my computer while I'm talking to you, going to the modules, there are several sources that you're required to use for this project, for this paper. First of all, there are primary source documents that they're in a zip file, but then on the page following the zip file, I have a page where they're unzipped and you can just click on the files themselves. There is also a website called Milestones 1945 to 1952 Atomic Diplomacy, just kind of gives you an overview of the situation. And then there are also these instructions which are given, let me see here, I think even before all of that. Let's see here. Yes. Okay, so yeah, so even before you get to the paper instructions, there are these documents. They look like this. Okay, let me put this to the camera. Learn about your mission. All right, and it's correspondence from President Truman. So this is about a 9-page document. So make sure you read through all of this. Now, in this paper, President Truman wants your advice. So what that means is he wants you to read through all of the documents that you have been provided, as well as your textbook, the chapter that applies to this particular topic. And he wants you to give him the pros and cons. Okay, and this is all explained in the instructions in more detail. But the pros and cons of using the atomic bomb against Japan. Also, in your paper, you need to sort of weave in 3 themes, okay? And those themes are number 1, potential Soviet expansion into Asia. Number 2, a nuclear arms race. And number 3, unacceptably high casualties. So each of these 3 themes kind of emerge as you read the documents. These are kind of the 3 concerns that the people who are advising President Truman discuss in these different memoranda that you'll be reading. So in your discussion of the pros and cons, you're going to need to talk about, for example, potential Soviet expansion into Asia. What would be the implications of that happening by using the atomic bomb or not using the atomic bomb? What are the Soviets up to? In the nuclear arms race, the big question there is, will using the atomic bomb set off a nuclear arms race? What's going to happen in terms of, because the Soviets are, they're getting their nuclear act together too. and are exploring nuclear arms. So what is going to happen if the United States uses the atomic bomb? Will that start an arms race? And then unacceptably high casualties. Number three, if the United States were to use the bomb, the atomic bomb, what would that mean in terms of the numbers of casualties in Japan that would result from that? And on the other side of that, if the bomb's not used, what would the number of casualties be from an invasion of Japan? Okay, so once again, those three themes you have to weave into your paper. Okay, and if you have questions about that, contact me so that I can kind of help you through that. All right, so make sure you read all of this, and then all of the primary source documents that are provided for you, and the website and our textbook. Okay, and of course read the instructions more than once. So that's what's going on for this assignment. It is due on April 1st. So there's some time between now and then for you to complete this. And I hope you get a good early start. So I don't recommend waiting until the last minute to get this done. I think you'll be hating life because there's an awful lot to read before you even start writing your paper. Okay, so if you have questions or you need clarification of anything, send me an inbox, message in inbox, and I will assist you as much as I can. All right. Okay, so that is it. I want to wish you all a great week next week. I will not post an announcement because we'll be on spring break, and I'll see you again after spring break. So rest up and get ready to finish out the semester after spring break. Let's finish the semester strong, okay? And keep up the good work that you're doing. All right, thank you.